So I'm going to tentatively title this episode, Get to Know Yourself by Getting to Know Us. I don't know if I can get away with that, but that really is kind of what this is about, because the questions that we're going to ask each other to get to know who and what we are is things you can and should ask yourself. Have an inner dialogue. Ask things around you, people around you, these things about them. These are not things about how tall are you, how much do you weigh, where do you go to work, where'd you go to school, none of that crap. That has very little to do with our actual identities. They're small features of it. We are, at any given moment, the sum total collection of our past thoughts, emotions, and experiences in this very moment. That's what you are. That's who you are. You are a collection of all the past events, thoughts, and emotions up to this very moment, the eternal present. That's your identity. So indeed, our past and our history is significant, but it's not usually, again, where we went to school, where we were born, those kind of things. Those are peripheral features that add in. But who and what we are is our experiences, what we think. And I don't really want to know where somebody went to school so much. I want to know what they learned. I want to know how they learned it. As a matter of fact, very rarely do I find any merit in somebody where they went to school, especially in what do you call it? That's a good thing to stumble on. College. That's not what I meant. Institutional education. And I think that's an appropriate term. I say that both ways, formally and then slanderously. Institutional education, because it is institutional. So if you wonder about the podcast, Third Eye Podcast, then we have a separate video for that, a separate session for that teaches what this podcast is about, what its purpose is. This is simply to get to know us. And I think that with the question we're going to be forced to answer for each other is something you can ask yourselves to get to know yourself. Know thyself. Indeed, I think there's tremendous power in that. We need to know who and what we are. It empowers us to be able to navigate through our lives and through everything that we have. And again, I want you to always consider the source. I don't take anything by somebody's word. I want to back things up and verify them. And I learned some time ago how never to be wrong. I just don't talk about shit that I don't know or I'm wrong about. So if you hear me say it, if I say I know it, it's because I've done the work. I'm not saying, oh, well, just because I do. I hate that answer. It's say, how do you know that? That's amazing. How do you know that? Where'd you learn that? Oh, I just do. And I'm like, okay, you just went down to the bottom of the rung. I'm not listening to that goddamn thing you say now. And I'm not saying you need to be able to identify the source. I can't usually do that. I don't keep track. But I can assure you that anything that I share with anyone, I've done the work, research, or I have personal experience with it. And that's it. Otherwise, I don't tell them. I'm comfortable with saying, I don't know. But I always follow that with, let's find out. I used to have that sign behind my head at my counseling office that had, I don't know written on it with a circle and a line through it. You could not say, I don't know in my office. I don't know. Replace that with, I don't know, but let's find out. Let's figure it out. Anything you don't know about yourself, you don't want somebody else to know it. You got to figure it out for yourself. Pry open your Third Eye Podcast. Knowledge and wisdom with humor and a pulse. Episodes streaming everywhere.